Hey, what's up, everybody? Going to give people a few minutes to come in, and then we'll get started. Uh, for those of you that are in the crowd, I forgot what it's called in the audience. If you want to come up, just raise your hand and I'll bring you up. I know we have some people here who are presenters as well as who attended the Afros and Audio. So you're welcome to come up on the
Hey,
stage.
y'all.
Hey, Scorpion, how you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing good.
Happy Monday.
Just gonna give a few minutes, let some people come in. Hey. We have a special day today. Besides the being a recap, it's Mimi's birthday. So everybody wish Mimi a happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Come on, reggae horn. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Awesome. Thank you.
I'll give it like 1 or 2 more minutes and then we'll get started and then catch everybody up. All right, you know what? We're gonna get started. So what's up, everybody? My name's Corey Gums. I am the founder of the Black Podcasters Club. I would like to welcome everybody to our bi-weekly Clubhouse chat series, where we meet every other Monday and discuss various topics that are deal with podcasting, as well as topics that deal with being Black in the podcasting industry. So I would like to thank everybody for coming in tonight. This particular episode is a very special episode. We're doing a recap of the Afros and Audio Festival. This was their third festival, and it was a great experience for me. I was also a presenter, so we have very special guests here, and I just wanted to do this recap so that we can have presenters and people who attended the event just come and talk about the experience, some of the insight they may have gained from the festival, and just basically just have a nice conversation about what we experienced this weekend because it was a really good event, and really appreciative to Talib. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to ask Talib to come up and speak, since he is the brain of he's the one who started Afros and Audio. So if you're available, Talib, you know, just come introduce yourself, tell us the story of how Afros and Audio got started, and we'll take it from there.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate that. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Wow. How it started? Well, it started in 2009. And kind of assess my mouth. It's a go. And so we had our first festival in Brooklyn, and it was amazing. It was small. It was a small venue. I actually lost the first venue that I had a month to the day of the festival, and that was hard because it was a really nice place in Brooklyn, and it had breakout rooms and all kinds of great stuff. And but we ended up at a small place in Brooklyn, off of Bedford Ave, that was actually Shirley Chisholm's 1972 campaign center. And so, with that said, the ancestors always been with me, with us as we move this forward. And here we are in the third year, still working it out, still figuring it out, but very proud of what we've created. And I'm telling them I'm done speaking.
I just have one more question for you. That's a great story. And, I learned a lot just now from about that, and it's just interesting how things work out and how you were able to have your first event in a historical place like that. So that's really big. Just the question I have for you, real quick, Talib, is just how was this year's festival different in comparison to the other two that you did?
Well, I think what's important, especially for communities, yours, mine, is that people begin to trust it. Communities have come and gone, and there isn't much reliability in it, and so people will say one thing and do the other real quick. And so I think people seeing that we had the first year, we pivoted and did virtual with a completely different date than we had anticipated because of the pandemic, and we're here again. And so we've been committed to this thing and not letting it go, not letting anything take us out the game, because there's a whole bunch that can do that at any time. And so I think just still being here, still being committed to this, and really showing up, also continuing to do what the vision always has been, is to be a source of year-round resources and support. And we've done that in our workshops and our webinars and that sort of thing. So I think really just showing up, being there and doing what we say we're going to do has shifted the energy around the conference, because people have begun to trust us as a brand and trust us as just people. Because, like I said, I'm a regular individual, just like everyone else. And so um, we're just here. It's been good to see us together, on the screen, in attendance, and letting that be what really shapes us as a community. So I think what's different is we had so many more submissions this year than we have had in the past. Again, visibility and representation matters, and we also have just an amazing team. We've been building ever since. When I first started, I had two other people with me. One of those has since dropped off, even though he's still here for moral support, and I've gained other team members, and so it's just been my team and I just committed to this, and being open to it being shaped however the podcast creators and audio professionals ask it to be, because a lot of times we'll go into spaces thinking that we know what folks want, and what we really need to do is ask what people want, and ask what they need, and provide it. And that's the long and short of it. And so that's what we've done, and it's really made a difference.
All right, thank you. That's inspirational for me because I feel like I'm in that position now. Like I'm just trying to build my brand for the community, and I have my team members here in the room with me that have been very helpful and just moral support and just pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I also think it's very important for for the podcasters to understand just building that brand and building that trust just takes some time, and you just got to keep at it. So I really appreciate that, Talib. Um, we have a lot of new people in the room. Just to bring everybody back in, reset the room. My name's Corey Gums. I'm the founder of the Black Podcast Association. We do these talks every other Monday. Um, and today we're going to be doing a recap of the Afros and Audio Festival that just happened this past weekend. Some of the people here on the stage with me were attendees and presenters. So we're going to just go around and have them talk about their experiences and what they felt and insights that they got from the festival. If there's anybody in the crowd or in the audience that wants to come up and talk about their experience, whether you attended or you were a presenter yourself, please raise your hand. I'll bring you up and we can talk about it. So I don't know who wants to go first. I could just call people out, or if you want to unmute yourself and just hop right in and talk about your experience, but do so. But I guess I'll start with myself. For me, this was a this was a complete when talking about getting out of your complete comfort zone. That's what that was. This was for me. I presented or along with my fellow engineer, Mr. Darrell Barnes. He's a here, Mr. Black Ovation, and we did a panel on the science of sound. And I think it was a great presentation. You know, self reflection makes me realize we could have done some things differently, done some things better. But I think we got the overall message across that we wanted to get to in regards to helping podcasters understand the science of sound and what it means. I'm going to coin Darrell's term, which is basically, your audio serves your content, and just trying to get podcasters to understand that you shouldn't skimp on your audio. You should, and there's ways that you can improve your audio without spending a lot of money and getting a whole lot of different equipment and stuff like that. So, but for me, the experience was great. I don't really do conferences, so this was like my first attending of a conference, especially in the podcasting industry, and it just seeing all the different panels and all the different information, and just seeing people in our community doing it as compared to when you're first starting out and you're doing your YouTube searches and looking for articles, you see it's from our other counterparts. And I just think it was really powerful. And there was some really great presentations. Unfortunately, some were at the same time, and I was juggling going back and forth trying to keep up with everybody's stuff. But it was definitely a great experience for me. It was a huge learning experience. Just when I thought I knew enough about podcasting, I learned that there was so much more. So that was my experience. Who'd like to come up and talk? Well, you know what? I'm gonna put Latrice on the spot because I know she works with Afros and audio. So I would like to hear from you, Latrice, about just your experience and how you got involved with Afros and audio, and maybe give us some insight on how this festival went for you in comparison to other ones.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Corey. And hi, everyone. Hey, Africa. Miss you, girl. Listen, it's no secret how I feel about Afros and audio. Talib and I were kind of recapping the other last night, and I was telling him I think I'm lightweight obsessed with Afros and audio, but it's a healthy obsession, so it works, you know. Afros and audio has been a huge part of my life. For those who don't know me, my name is Latrice Sampson Richards, and I am the. Are we announcing new titles, Talib? I got a new title last night. I'm excited about it. I'm officially the vice president of Afros and Audio, and I'm super, super excited about that. That's a very meaningful thing for me. And you know, I'm happy to be on the other side of the festival because it's a whole lot of work that went into it. But I feel a great sense of reward and a great sense of fulfillment just for being a part of the team that makes it happen. The Afros and Audio is unlike any other podcast festival that exists today or ever, to be honest. And it's a really unique experience, and I think that's because it's a unique makeup of people who attend the festival, who are part of the Afros and audio community, who are willing to share their gifts and talents and all of that stuff. I mean, the lineup for this year was just out of this world. There were several sessions that I was like, there's no way I'm missing this session, you know? So I just, the experience of the festival is something that I think you only can fully understand it once you've actually experienced it. Because if I was on the other end and had never heard of Afros and audio before, and I heard people talking about how awesome it was, I would probably want to check it out just because I would be like, ain't no way it's all that. You know what I'm saying? Like they must be paying these people. It must be all that. But it really is. It really is all of that. It really is a really meaningful kind of experience. And I'm just appreciative of that. I'm very, very appreciative that this space exists, that Afros and Audio exists, and even more appreciative that I get to be a part of growing the community and get to be a part of, bringing this to our community, Black podcasters and audio professionals. Because just like we said at, the State of the Black Podcast session, the final session of the festival, it's our time. And it's not our time because, the people who hold the keys say it's our time. It's our time because we are demanding that it is our time. And I just think that's a beautiful thing. So, next year is going to be bigger and better. We're going to be back in person next year. And I'm really looking forward to that because there's so many of y'all like Stephanie Scorpion. I've been dealing with y'all for 2 years now, almost just about 2 years. And we've never met, which is insane to me. So I'm looking forward to actually feeling that. It's one thing to feel it through like in a virtual setting, and definitely feel it in the virtual setting. But imagine how much more powerful it's going to be when we get to see each other face to face and we get to experience each other in real life, #IRL. So I am super duper looking forward to that. We have some more great things coming for 2022 in terms of us just reaching more Black podcasters and audio professionals, continuing to grow our community, and just letting people know that like this is a thing that exists. If this is a thing that you're looking for, here it is, and we're ready and waiting for you to just be a part of it in whatever way you want to be a part of it. Like that's just so exciting to me. I feel like I don't really have a better word other than exciting. So yeah, I mean that's my experience.
All right. Well, congratulations to you on the new promotion, and also congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you on just a successful festival. You guys put a lot of hard work, even when you had the hiccups. Still, you guys did your thing. So, thank you for everything you guys have been doing these past couple of years. Again, welcome everybody to the room. We're asking anyone who wants to come up and speak about their experience at the Afros and Audio festival. Just raise your hand, and I'll bring you up. But let's bring on some of these other people who've been sitting here waiting patiently to get their turn. So, anybody interested in joining us right now? Speaking up.
Can we hear from that birthday person?
Oh, Mimi. Yeah. Oh, by the way, yes, today's Mimi's birthday. Mimi's one of the co-hosts of our bi-monthly conversations that we have here on Clubhouse. So it's a special day. It's a recap, and it's her birthday. So everybody wish Mimi a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mimi.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mimi.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, and I just want to say quickly too, that I love being a Scorpio, but also, just even working with Korea in Africa on Black Podcasters Association has been great. I've met so many great people. And, last year I heard about the Afros and Audio podcast, the festival. And, I wasn't able to attend. So this year I was like, okay, let me, I had a full weekend, but I said, well, let me touch base. I want to come in Saturday, see how everything is going. And I thought it was so wonderful. The knowledge that people were dropping in the sessions and just the networking and the questions that people were throwing out there, even in the, like in the community, in the chats, and how different people were responding and answering the questions. I'm like, I was already in my head saying, I cannot wait until next year, when this is going to be live and in person, and definitely looking to sign up, participate, help, wherever I can. with even conference experience that I've done in the past too. So I think you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much for having me, and for having the platform for everyone to come up and share their knowledge. So I know it was really helpful, just listening and participating with everyone. So thank you again, and glad to be up here.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you for being here. I know on your birthday you could be doing other things, so really appreciate having you here. So um glad to hear about your experience. And I just want people to know, like, one of the things, it may seem like we have all these different fringe groups and everybody's doing things separately. I just want you guys to know that, like, we support what other Black podcasters and creatives are doing in our community, because representation does matter and we're all trying to accomplish the same goal and do the same thing. So, that's why one reason why I reached out to Talib earlier this a couple of months ago about presenting, because I wanted to just show solidarity to what he was doing. I learned a lot about what he was doing, and I just thought it was a great idea. And I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it, and I was glad that um, some of the members of my group were also a part of it. We also have dual citizenship, as I've learned, for some members inside of the Black Podcast Association and the community of Afros and audio. So, I mean, it was really good, and I think just want people to understand that it's very important that we collaborate and work with each other to achieve the same goals in this community, in this industry. So, with that said, you know what? I'm going to call you out, Darrell. I'm going to bring you up here because Darrell and I really worked hard. We also had a third presenter with us, Tyrell. He's a videographer, so he was giving from uh, the audio space from the video portion of recording, because we had to respect the fact that there are people out there that do video with their podcasts. But Darrell has been a very busy member in our group, and his insight and his help just with me in the audio space has also been greatly appreciated. So I just want you to come up, Darrell, just talk about your experience and how you thought everything went, and give us some insight.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Mimi, again. Listen, before me saying anything about my experience, I just want to again thank Afros and Audios. Talib, you got something really special here, man. The fact that you guys work behind the scenes and really showed that you worked your behind off because of the way the event took place and all the panelists and the um, wealth of information that they brought to Afros and Audios, that event. It just shows that you guys really, really, are unified in what you're trying to accomplish, and that dream that you had, that you spoke about earlier, it's just manifesting in all kinds of different ways. So I just want to tip my hat to you for even having that vision, and then also Latrice. I got I got a chance to check you out and listen to her, and I understand why she's on your team, sir. But absolutely, man, I just think this was a phenomenal event. Thank you again for allowing me to be one of the presenters along with Corey there. And me and Corey, we just kind of clicked, and we've been having that behind the scenes conversation about audio and different conversations about podcasting and stuff like that. And it's just like we just felt that it was that time to kind of talk about it. It was so much more that we kind of wanted to get into, but the time frame was short. And hopefully we get a chance to kind of do it again and really get in depth and into talking about audio and a few other things. But yeah, I just really felt that this was timely, was needed. It was my first time actually doing any kind of virtual event. And just to let you guys know as well, I was literally working. I'm always working, man. I was working at the same time, trying to present, which is one of the reasons I was sitting in front of two computer screens. But hey, Corey said make it happen. We're gonna make it happen, and that's exactly what we did. But yeah, I just think the way the event went on, the information that was made available to everybody was just it was just timely. It was something that I needed as well. Kind of being a new podcast, to that space. But yeah, I just want to say that and I'll land there.
All right, thanks, Darrell. Anybody else feel like talking about their experience? I'm gonna start calling out names.
Sure, I absolutely would love to talk about my experience. How y'all doing?
How you
Flash your
doing?
mic if y'all doing good. Flash your mic if you're feeling good. I don't see no mic flashing. Come on, come on. That's beautiful. Uh, this is my third year coming to this beautiful uh collection of Black folks, and as per usual, I appreciated the love, the
Gonna make it happen,
camaraderie,
and that's exactly
the
what we did.
information. Just everybody was present with a humble spirit, ready to give, ready to learn, ready to receive, and it was real peace energy. There may have been a little turbulence going on in the tech side, but folks worked real hard to make sure that we didn't hit the impact of that on the other side. So that was seen, that was appreciated. I'm kind of overwhelmed because I got a whole bunch of content to listen to now. I'm about to get on everybody's stuff, and I've kind of been on a bit of a medical leave, so it has definitely encouraged and energized me to get back in the swing of things. But I'm a creative. I'm always creative something. Even if I'm not podcasting, I'm DJing, I'm producing, I'm flying drones, I'm doing something. So I'm just glad to be in the creative space with all of you beautiful people. TT Talks this is a Pan African uh, brand podcast. I'm a Pan African person, and so I'm just happy to be in the space with all my comrades all across the waters and all across the pond. And yeah, the vibe is good. I was happy to stand for the virtual after party mixer. That was a blast. We had so much fun with that. I'm just really full. I learned a lot. Got me wanting to dabble a little bit more in the doing VO work. So yeah, this is great. I plan to be present for year 4, hopefully in person, so I can hug all y'all next. And I look forward to seeing y'all and interacting over the next year. Peace.
All right, thank you. Anybody else want to come up and talk about their experience?
I just want to take a pause for the cause real quick and just shout out DJ Nostalgic. TT actually, for those of you who attended, you know that TT was on the ones and twos for the after party on Saturday evening. And when I tell you I got my whole entire life, I got my whole entire life. I thoroughly enjoyed myself at the after party. TT played all the right songs. And so, I just want to definitely give another shout out to DJ Nostalgic because she did her thing. And we love you, TT, and we definitely appreciate you being a part of the Afros and Audio family. You are always there. There's no question. We say, TT, can you? And before we even finish the statement, you be like, yeah, I got you. So you are such an important part of this community, and we appreciate you. We love you, girl.
Bless you. I love y'all too.
That's wonderful. Who's next? Anybody? I'm just gonna close my eyes and point at somebody.
I will go.
All right.
Good evening,
Good evening,
everybody.
thank you.
I hope everybody had an amazing Monday. This was my very first time being a part of the Afros and Audios festival, and I was a speaker. But the whole weekend, I participated and hopped in so many rooms with so many gems being dropped. And I just want to say that each and every one of you all who spoke, who participated, all of that wonderful stuff, just get ready for your next level. Get ready for your um
space for Black podcasters.
Oh, before you go, can you tell us about what you presented about?
Sure, I presented find and Vanity from G.
All right, thank you very much. Again, welcome to everybody who's new to the room. Thank you for being here. We're just doing a quick recap of the Afros and Audio Festival that happened this past weekend. So if you've attended or you were a presenter, please raise your hand if you'd like to come up and talk about your experience, insights, or anything like that that you've learned from the festival. We'd love to have you up here. Anybody else like to go next? Okay.
I'll go if that's okay.
Yes, Hannah. How you doing?
That wasn't me, but
Oh.
I don't know who that was. That was Jarrell, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry, because you it lit up on Clubhouse under your
I think we
name.
did that at the same
Oh, all right.
time.
I'm
We
sorry.
did that at the same time, but that was not my voice.
Oh.
I don't think that was me either.
That was actually Bree. That was
Oh.
Bree.
It was Bree, but go ahead. It's all good. Okay, I would love to go. This was my first Frozen Audio Festival.
Thank you, Hannah. I was able to see your parts of your presentation with Sambaza, and I thought it was a really good conversation, especially about the perceptions from here in America as well as in Africa. So, could you guys talk about that a little bit more, just briefly?
Yeah, so we were all African podcasters from different parts of the
Yeah, it was a really good conversation. I learned a lot, and I think that was probably one of the most powerful conversations in the Afros and Audio Festival because it just shows how we can bridge the gap through podcasting with our counterparts across the pond or the ocean or whatever you want to call it. But I thought it was a really good one, and I'm looking forward to the replay so I can really sit down and listen to it because I didn't get a chance to listen to the whole presentation. But from what I was hearing, I was like, wow, this is really great. But so I thank you guys for doing that. I'm gonna move on. I guess Jarrell or Brief, you guys. I'll just pick one. Jarrell.
Yes. Hey, Corey. Hey, everybody. I was like there the whole time for like 2 hours.
All right, Jarrell, thank you.
If I can just add, one more again, initial trial period, Tyler.
All right, thank you very much, Latrice. Yeah, I think I joined it and I didn't fit. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. But I'm gonna go back and check it because I was checking it out on the Mighty Networks app, and it's pretty robust, and there's a lot of information in there. So I do want you guys to go out there, join the community, and it's important that we join and support these communities because it sends a message, it sends a clear message to to not only people in our community but outside of our community that we are serious about what we're doing. We are serious about our voices being heard and being represented. So just make sure you go to I think it's afrosandaudio.com, right? And then they can go from there to join your community.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, go to afrosaudio.com in the top menu, select the community network, and it'll take you right on through.
All right. Thank you. Bree, how you doing? The floor is yours.
Well, I just want to say thank you
All right. I think it's important that we get the youth involved in these things. I know that from what I was reading that the youth market in podcasting is a new market that's really rapidly growing. So it's important that we do bring our children and help them see how this can help them amplify their voices, especially the younger generation that are like teenagers and growing, how they just trying to find their voice within their own age group. I think podcasting as a tool for them is very important. So I mean, I wish I could have brought my son to this because he's an artist. He's not really into podcasting, but there was just a lot of information that was being shared that I felt he could have just taken that to help him with his branding and helping him learn to shape his message with his artwork and stuff that he wants to do. So I think that was really I think that's really powerful that your kids wanted to get involved in that breed. Um again, I'm just gonna reset the room real quick. We have some new people here. Thank you everybody for showing up. We're just doing a recap of the Afros and Audio Festival that happened this past weekend. We have the founder and some of his staff here answering questions and talking about the experience. We have some presenters here. We also have attendees. I would love to hear from the attendees who came to the festival and just give us some insight about their experience, some of the things that they've learned, how it made if what they've learned might help them in their journey on their podcast journey as well. So if you'd like to come up, raise your hand, and you're welcome to come in and talk to us about your experience. Anybody interested in
Corey, may I say something? I just want to
sure.
comment on the children.
Yes.
I think it can really be a powerful.
Thank you so much. And I'll just briefly say, over the
All right. Anybody
Corey,
else?
if I can just add to that little piece,
Sure.
I just
Oh, that's wonderful. I just wrote down "Hey Black Child." I'm gonna check that out, and I'm gonna even pass it on to my kids. They're always looking for stuff to consume. Thank you guys. Anybody else would like to come up and talk about their experience? Would like to share with how they felt or what they learned during the time of the during the festival? Come on, guys.
I'll jump in if no one wants to speak.
No problem.
Hi, this is Akila. So I was one of the presenters and we were looking for the attendees, but I attended just about everything as well. It helped me look at things
Some of your presentation. It was really well. It was very good. I have a background in web dev, but I learned some stuff about SEO that I didn't even know. So I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for the replay to check that one out.
Thank you.
And I highly recommend people check out her presentation if you didn't get a chance to see it. So, anybody else like to come up and talk about their experience, whether you're a presenter or an attendee?
Corey, I would. Can y'all hear me? I'm not speaking too low. Kind of
Yes,
tired.
Scorpion. Hey.
This is Scorpion speaking. I had an amazing time. Excuse my voice. I am tired. It was a long weekend, but amazing weekend. And I'm catching up on some things because Afros and audio took precedence over many other things because I was so excited this year. Last year was my first year attending and it was amazing. And so I was so excited for this year and even more so because I was presenting this year. So I was like, I have to meet the standards of Afros and audio. I was like, this isn't just the normal any other podcast festival. So I was so nervous going into it. I was sweating bullets under that doggone hoodie that I had on as I was presenting because I was so nervous but so excited at the same time that I had the opportunity to take the stage amongst such other amazing folks, that was, I was looking up to the folks that I saw on the stage last year, and some of those same folks were here this year. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to mess anything up. I want to make sure that I'm up to the standard because to me, Afros and audio is premier, right? It's the standard, it's the prototype for others, and especially curating such authentically Black spaces and celebrating Black folks and Black bodies. And so I was proud to be a part of that and to be in the midst of other folks and just to be in the space with that energy and having folks understand the nuance of your joke of the things that you would say and speaking in a way that wasn't condescending. That is the great thing about Afros and audio. It is what it is, and we're all a part of that, and we're all welcome in that space. So I just want to say thank you to Liv and Latrice and everyone else behind the scenes, Armand, Erica, so many folks behind the scenes that pulled this thing off that were necessary to do that you didn't see and that you don't hear in public that contributed so greatly to pulling this off. So thank you to all of you. And thank you all for having me. And thank you for curating such a great space. And I'm looking forward to next year so I can meet you all in person. So
Yeah, I was really nervous too. I got a shout out on Marn. He was patient. He was getting a lot of emails from me because he would send me something and then like a week later I'd forget about it and couldn't find it in my email and I'd ask him. He's like, "Yeah, here you go again," because I was just so nervous and I know what you're talking about, Scorpion. As far as that standard, it's like, nah, I got to come in here and represent. I can't just come in here on no slouch shit. So it's like I think that pressure that I put on myself, but was driving me up the wall a little bit over as we got inch closer and closer to the presentation. But it was really a good experience. I know for me, it was really big because I've never thought I would ever do anything like this in my life. If you had asked me, I would have laughed at you because I'm not that kind of person. I don't like being in the spotlight. I don't like being in the forefront, and I don't like doing public speaking. So this year has been very big on me coming out of that shell and pushing forward. So I think doing my presentation is now I'm like sitting here like, okay, when's the next one? Where's the next one? Where can I go to do the next one? What are we going to talk about next year? So it was a really good experience, and it helped me just find, I guess, find my voice in regards to some of the things that I'm very passionate about. So and Scorpion, I want to let you know, like, even though we were having some technical difficulties yesterday with your presentation, it was still really good. And I think it's a very important topic. If you guys didn't get a chance to see hers, it was on budgeting for podcasters, and she dropped some gems in there that I think a lot of us learned the hard way when we first got started. But I also think it's something that we should, as podcasters, especially when you meet people that want to learn more and more about podcasting, we should be having those initial conversations. I know I do that with my clients. I sit down and before we get started on anything, we have to have a real conversation about budget expectations. So that presentation was really powerful, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned some stuff from you yesterday, and it helped humble me too in regards to how I conversate with people who I help with their podcast. So I really thank you for that. Um,
Thank you for that.
yeah. And I got to give you credit. Scorpion was she had a lot of every day she was doing a lead up to the festival, and she was putting in a lot of work, having a lot of great conversations, highlighting a lot of people who were participated. So I think we should give her a round of applause to Scorpion for that too, because I think you that was very important for the festival and helping people feel comfortable, and you did a great job.
Yeah, you did an amazing job. I sat through your session as well, and I really enjoyed it. And when
Yeah, and and I think it was also just good to be in an environment where you can be yourself and not have all that pressure of, having to, as somebody said earlier, white splain or you could just you can drop some lingo and you don't have to explain it. You can just be who you are and get that information out and give it in your perspective versus some cookie cutter that we see in a lot of other conferences and tutorials and conversations that happen outside of our space. So it's really good. It's that to me, that's what it was. I was like, I can be comfortable here. I'm amongst my people and I can have these conversations. And if I drop some slang, I don't have to sit here and worry about if somebody got it or not. So is there anybody else who wants to come up and share their experience? Or welcome to well, I see we have some new people in the room, so I'm just gonna reset real quick. Welcome to the room. My name's Corey. I'm the founder of Black Podcasters Association. We're just doing a recap of the Afros and Audio Festival that happened this past weekend. Some of the people you see here on the stage were either presenters or attended. You're welcome to come up if you attended or presented to just discuss your experience, your insights, feelings, or whatever it is that you gain from the festival. We want to hear from you. We want to definitely build and collaborate with you in that regard. So just raise your hand. I'll bring you up to the stage. But anybody here on the stage want to add on to the conversation?
Yeah, I do. And I might cry through this, all right? And that's fine.
That's fine, bro.
In 2020, to go to the buffet that you served up. I hope to help in whatever ways that are reasonable for me and for you next year. And I just want to see if Talib will, I know it might change, spill a little bit of tea. Are we talking about Baltimore? Are you talking about DC? You're talking about New York City? You're talking about Jersey? What are we talking about next year? I'm Demetrius and I'm done speaking.
We talk. Well, first of all, we got y'all on the bundles and the replays and all that good stuff. It's definitely coming. But we like to do everything in excellence, and so because that says how much we value your content, and so we put effort into it, and so we have to do a little bit of editing to it, put a cover on it, put some back end stuff on it, and then upload them. So we've got a little bit of a turnaround time for that, but we got it. We're on it. And so as far as where we're going to be next year, I don't even know, but I don't have to tell y'all that New York is the most expensive place in America to, I don't know that to be true, but I'm assuming because it was the most expensive place in America for me to find a venue at the time. But I am definitely looking at East Coast for sure. So, and definitely somewhere where we can patronize Black businesses. In Brooklyn, we had our kickoff at a Black-owned art studio, and for our Saturday our Saturday night after party, we had it at a Black-owned bar called Basquiat's Bottle in Brooklyn. And so it's very important to us that wherever we are in an area where we can simply walk to a space that's Black-owned, that we can continue that feeling and that energy of being with one another and just creating with one another. So I don't know yet, but yes to all 4 that you mentioned, and we'll see. You'll be one of the first to know. Tell them don't speak.
Demetrius with that pressure. Yeah, let me tell you something. This is Stephanie. Demetrius, you and I need to talk. Because I was like, did somebody else say Baltimore? Oh, okay. Oh, good. It's not just me. Come on, DMV area. Very excited. I love that Demetrius mentioned that. But hi, everybody. I am Stephanie. I was one of the presenters this year. And as usual, Afros and Audios did not disappoint. As if I thought it would, because I didn't think it would. But again, an amazing, amazing time. I wish I had not been a little bit sick and shut in this weekend because I would have gone to more things. But I know one thing, I'm going to literally wear that replay out when it comes out because I cannot wait to hear the speakers and the panels that I missed. I will tell you, Mr. Gums, I loved your panel. I love that you're like, we have so much information on sound that we running out of time. We're going to have to talk faster. I'm like, so that means next year, y'all going to have different soundtracks. Meaning like, okay, this is the beginning of sound. Okay, you've had sound for a couple years. Let me tell you how to upgrade. Or like, okay, you said you really care about your sound. What else you about to do? It's like, I love that there's so much info about sound that you didn't have enough time. And the fact that there was so many experts on this panel, it's like, y'all got so much knowledge, y'all need more time. It's like, that is incredible. Because I think sound is one of those things that seems a little daunting for everybody. Because they're like, oh, if I want good sound, I got to pay hundreds of dollars for a piece of equipment. And you're like, yeah, you don't really need that, but I'm going to tell you some tips to, right now, you're at this level. Let me give you some tips. So then when you upgrade, which is always a good feeling when you start from your iPhone and your Apple earbuds to now I got a non-condenser mic. I heard the shade of the condenser mic and I was screaming. I was like, y'all better, excuse me, I will die on the hill. Do not get those condenser mics. I'm like, I was going to say too, and I'm not even a sound person, but you know, I'm just saying, y'all, do your Googles because every person who does equipment and does podcasting, they're like, let me tell you a good starter mic. That is not a good starter mic. What does that say? Don't get that. So I appreciate your panel so much, and I cannot wait to listen back to all the other panels that I missed. But I am just incredibly
blessed to be on this stage with so many amazing people and so many talented people. Talib, I am so glad you did not give up when you lost your space. Because one, it's kind of like one setback, you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this. You know what, pack it up, we gone. And the fact that you were like, no, I'm gonna keep doing it, and then it turned out so well, and there's so many relationships and energy and community that was formed out of Afros and Audio. And I've seen it first year, second year. I'm like, the fact that I'm like, I can't wait to meet Latrice, because I swear it's going to be like extremely inappropriate. I'm kidding, it's not. But it's going to be like, look, I need 5 minutes alone with Latrice. See, yeah, no, I need 5 minutes alone. We'll be back.
Maybe
Mind
just a
your
little
business.
inappropriate, not extremely inappropriate, but a little
Not too much
inappropriate is all right with me, you know?
So I am excited about next year. I am also going to toss out Baltimore and DC. There's a lot of really, really great Black-owned places to go. I mean, you know, toot toot, beep beep, and all of that. But thank you, everybody. Stephanie done speak.
Thank you, Stephanie. That means a lot. You know, Darrell and I and Terrell, we worked hard to try to figure out the best way to condense all of our knowledge and to express it in the easiest terms for people to understand, because audio, you know, especially for like audio engineers, that's a lifelong journey. You know, they're always learning, they're always looking to improve. There's always something, you know, sonically you learn new about. And, you know, like we said, there's an actual science behind it. So it is hard. And I think the good thing out of doing this, it helped us come together and realize how to express that message of audio to not only just podcasters in general, but to our community, especially since people have limited resources and access to those to those resources. It's important for us to express to people how there are things you can do where you don't need to have a $300 mic. You don't need the SM7B. Is it good to have? Is it something that you should work towards? Yes. But you don't need to have it just because you see everybody else doing it. There's things we can do now just to help you what's the word? Just sound good, right? Just be sonically pleasant to your listeners, because a lot of people tend to forget that podcasting is an audio medium. At the end of the day, it's still an audio medium. And even with video, your audio is just as important. So we have to respect it. We have to really try to understand how it works. And once you understand how it works, then you can find the workarounds to help you, you know, to help you find that budget. If it means you can't afford to buy, you know, those expensive sound treatment boards, you can go and spend $100 and go get the equipment and, you know, from Home Depot and build one yourself. And then, you know, if you can't have 10 of them, you can have 3. If you put them in the right place, it'll help improve your sound. So we are talking about doing some other stuff outside of outside of the event, where we can actually start bringing those conversations and having those real conversations. So, and that's the beauty of this whole the whole event of the festival, was it helped us to come together and realize, well, maybe we need to start moving more in this direction, because we see there's a need and there's an issue here that needs to be addressed. And I think that was it too. It really helped us build a rapport. Like Darrell said, we've been building outside of this, you know, just in general, and it just helped us build a rapport, and really helped us understand the direction we want to go in regards to our own personal journeys, as well as here as Black podcasters and stuff like that. So I really appreciate your feedback. Because I'm a hard critic on myself. At the end of the day, I was like, I didn't do well, and we didn't hit all the points on the outline that we had, and we had all this idea of how we wanted to do things, and I was really beating myself up over it. And I was like, you know, next year I'm going to do it better, 10 times better. So I really appreciate that feedback, and it really makes me feel good that, you know, there was information that you could take away from this. So thank you. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my sweet baby angel, that is Scorpion, that has literally been lighting the fire for so many weeks for Afros and Audio. And she always came prepared. She's like, and she had boundaries. This is a 30-minute run. Okay, it's 23 minutes. We got 7 more minutes for y'all to act up. But, you know, 30 minutes. But the fact that you kept the energy up, Scorpion, I appreciate you. I appreciate your spirit and your energy. And the use of reggae horns. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. But I appreciate you so much, Scorpion.
Thank you for that. I'm glad y'all love my horns, because those are special horns coming straight from my throat box. They're special. You can't get them nowhere else, okay? But I thank y'all so much for all the love and support. And I thank y'all for showing up to those rooms, because those rooms wouldn't have been successful without y'all showing up and participating. So you guys are a part of the community. You are what makes the community of Afros and audio flourish. That is Philippe's intention, is that we all make up the community. We all have a part to play. So thank y'all for helping me make those rooms successful. In line with that, if I may, Corey, I just want to remind folks that that's not the end. That's not all you will see from Afros and Audio here on this platform. So please stay connected and stay tuned. We're going to expand the conversation well beyond what happened at the festival this year, and we'll be talking about a lot of other things, like you saw mental health being talked about this year. You'll see more financial rooms. You'll see more self-care rooms. You'll see a whole host of other things that will continue to happen for Afros and Audio here on this Clubhouse community. And we're going to need y'all support to keep it going, to make it flourish. You are the community, so we need y'all there just as well. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Scorpion. Is there anyone else who would like to come up and speak? Again, we're asking anyone who presented or who attended the festival this past weekend, come up, share your experience, ask your questions, or give your insight. Let us know how the festival affected you, what it brought to you, if you learned anything. Please feel free to raise your hand and we'll bring you up to the stage.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so I was planning on just listening in, but hearing you and Corey and Scorpion talk about your sessions, so I actually attended both of you guys' sessions, and I just wanted to hop on and really quick and say, like, you guys did so amazing. Like, I was sitting here just listening to you guys, like, oh, I didn't hit this part, or wish I would have did this, and I'm just like, well, I hope they know that, like, your sessions were amazing, and they helped me personally so much. All the sessions were amazing, but I just wanted to specifically come on and say that to you guys, that, like, just know that, like, what you did was enough, and it really helped everybody in that room. So I just had to come on and say that. Thank you, everybody. Everything was awesome.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
I got a message from and I'm sorry if I butcher your last name, from Jamie Leganier. She sent me a message.
It's Jimmy.
I'm sorry?
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right. So she just wanted to thank everybody, thank Talib, Latrice, and everybody for the growth of the conference and the community. Podcasting is how she learned. But I'm going to read it word for word. Podcasting is how I earned my freedom from the corporate cubicle, where I suffered every abuse a Black woman could. And I know podcasting can be the key for so many of us in the community to their independence. We invented talent, damn it. So thank you. So we really appreciate you, Jimmy, for that message. I think that sums up a lot of how we feel, right? A lot of us got into podcasting because it was a way for us, it was an outlet for us to express ourselves and express the things and the experiences we go through. So and I think that's one of the reasons why I got into it, and one of the reasons why I wanted to create my own community. And it's funny because when I created the Black Podcast Association, I didn't even know about Afros and Audio. And it was about maybe a couple of months after I saw they had their first one in Brooklyn, and I was mad that I missed it, because it was like, wow, this is amazing. It's like other people out here have the same frame of mind that I have. And I was like, you know what, next time around I'm gonna try my best. Last year I didn't get a chance to, because of circumstances and stuff. But I'm so happy that I was able to be a part of it this year. So I know Talib and Latrice, you guys are probably tired. You guys had a long weekend.
I know it's been a long weekend, but I just wanted to add really quickly, y'all should definitely follow Jimmy. It's spelled Jamie, but it's pronounced Jimmy. Jimmy is a wealth of information. She is just a great person inside and out. She's been a huge help to me in my own personal podcasting journey. She stepped up and was like, when I was like, I have these ideas, but I'm not quite sure. And she was like, okay, run them by me, like, just always willing to be there to help you figure out what your next step is in podcasting. and just to kind of listen, to be honest, like just to be there and be supportive. And I am very grateful for the mentorship that she for me. She's a great person to follow. Watch how she's moving out here in these podcasting streets because Jimmy is making it happen. And so I just encourage everybody, if you don't know Jimmy, you should know Jimmy. And you know, watch what she's doing because she's one of those folks that opens the door and makes sure that the door stays open for those who come in behind her. And so I just wanted to put that out there.
All right, thank you. I don't want to hold you guys up. I know Latrice, Talib, you guys had a long weekend, getting everything together, making sure everything was good for us. So if there's anybody else who'd like to come up to the stage and just talk about their experience with the Afros and Audio Festival this past weekend, please feel free to raise your hand. If not, I guess we could start wrapping up. I appreciate everybody who's come out and attended this conversation and shared, you know, their feelings and just their experiences here. Yeah, what's up? Oh, Gerald, what's going on, bro?
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Hello, everyone. Happy birthday to Mimi as well. Yeah, so I attended. Well, I'm new to the podcasting space, and right in the 11th hour, I decided to go to the app, and I don't regret it one second. It was so much information. It was so informative. I didn't get to listen much on Saturday because I had to go to work. So I missed Corey and Terrell's presentation. Catch you like I got y'all there. But Sunday I was just so full. There was so much information being shared. One that stood out is personal branding. That was Christopher Hines. So if we could get him in our space, Corey, that would be great. Good tips on branding. So, but apart from that, I just enjoyed everything. And if it comes if it's in person next year, I'll definitely try to make it. If it's in the East, I definitely.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I just wanted to say something. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Leah, what's up?
Not much. I didn't get a chance to attend this year, but from what I was hearing, I just was just listening, and it sounds like I'll be coming next year. So it sounds very entertaining, and you guys had fun, and I can't wait to get my ticket for next year. So I just wanted to say it sounds very fun and lit and all that stuff. So that's all I wanted to say. So,
thank you, Leah. The goal is to have the Black Podcasters Association show out at the next event. So we're going to definitely work on getting a lot of our members out there. So, with that being said, just real quick, you guys, make sure you go to afrosandaudio.com. All the information you need to learn about them is there. They also have their own community that, you know, you should definitely join if you want to stay updated. Latrice, Talib, I don't know, do you guys have a newsletter that people can sign up for just to stay in the loop?
Yes, we do. If you go to the website, afrosandaudio.com, you can sign up for the newsletter. You can find out what we have going on as far as events and things like that. You can join the Afros and Audio Community Network. You can also find out what we got going on with Vanguard Podcast Network. You can go over to the Afros and Audio page, or you can go directly to vanguardpn.com and find out there. We got some stuff that we're working on, and we are definitely looking for support in terms of making that happen on the production side as well. So there's a lot of opportunities coming for collaboration and just a lot of opportunities to connect and be a part of the community.
All right, thank you. And make sure you check them out on Instagram, Facebook. I believe you guys, are you on Twitter as well? Why don't you just let us know all the social media handles?
Well, yeah, we're on Instagram. Instagram is where we are mostly, but we are on Facebook and Twitter. And looking for a great social media manager to support us on Twitter and stuff like that, because that's not me. I was born in 1975, so that should tell you all of how I feel about social media, but we're making it work. So anyway, but we are on all of those platforms as Afros and Audio.
All right, thank you. Again, thank you to Lib, thank you Latrice, thank you everybody who came up on the stage tonight. I'm going to do my plug. Make sure you guys join our club here on the Black Podcasters Association here on Clubhouse. We also have our Facebook group that you're welcome to join. It's the Black Podcasters Association. All you got to do is just type that in the search bar in Facebook. You can also go to blackpodcastersassociation.com just to learn a little bit more about our mission. You can sign up for our newsletter where we keep you updated about events, news that's going on for our community as well. We're also on Instagram, Facebook. We're on Twitter, but I'm like Talib. I need somebody to help me manage that because I was born in '77, so Twitter's like, eh. But we're out there as well. So make sure you come and join us. And we thank everybody. Again, we do these conversations bi-weekly, every other Monday, and we touch on various different topics. If you ever want to have a conversation here, or you have a suggestion or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always looking to hear what you guys want and want to talk about, and we can have an open conversation about it. So definitely reach out to me. Again, you can reach out to me at on our website, or you can reach out to me on our social media or here on Clubhouse. So thank you for everybody being here. Thank you for all the stories and energy, and I can't wait till next year. This is inspiring me in the quest that I'm on as well. So I'm looking forward to building further and seeing what the next year brings us. So with that being said, thank you everyone and have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Everybody.
Peace.
Good night. Thanks a lot.